at life like being who I am. And if you see on the book, everybody has the story, who they are. Mine don't. I don't know why, but if you allow me, I will briefly tell who I am. So I am Deborah Hall, but that's not really who I am. That are titles that I have to navigate life. So I'm Deborah Hall. I have a bachelor in psychology. I am a psychotherapist. I have a specialization in neuroscience, and I have a master degree in hypnosis. So I'm a hypnotherapist. I am ordained minister for a non-denominational church, and I am a high priestess. And I will get pretty soon how I get to be a high priestess. So I came from a Presbyterian family, and at the time I was a child, the best education was with the Catholic school. So my mom said, there's no reason I want to give my kids the best education just because that is Catholic. So I end up at age 3 going to a Catholic school until I was ready to go to the university. They asked my mother, so you guys are not Catholic? Every Friday we have a mass, so she can attend the mass. And I was a little bit older when they asked that, and she said, well, don't ask me, ask her. If she want to go to the mass, she can go. And I went to the mass, and I love, until today, I love going to the mass because it's something ingrained on my mind from very early age. I'm not religious though, and I will tell you why. I was religious until I was 16. I used to go to this Sunday school, and that's this teacher for the Sunday school with his interpretation of the scriptures, of the Bible. What at very early age, I said, I don't buy this kind of interpretation. I have my own. I learned to read very early, at age 2.5, I was reading. So at 5, I was reading the Bible and interpret myself. And then I started with 16 telling my friends, what this guy is saying is not that. And he started to get annoyed with me and complain with my mother. On the third time he complained, my mother said, you know what? I will ask my daughter to don't come to church anymore. You rest assured that you're okay. But my husband and I, we prefer our kids being able to think. So if her thinking is offending you, don't worry, she don't come to church. And she told me, you don't have to go to church. Oh my God, was the happiest day in my life. So I could sleep through the Sunday and was fine. But then I get a little bit older and I went to the university. My very smart colleagues were all atheists. And the most natural thing for me to be in there would be an atheist too. But I said, that is no sense. Oh, there's no God. Life was created by chance. I said, don't be stupid. To believe that life, as complex as it is, was created by chance, you need more faith than you need to believe that was a God that created that. That doesn't make sense. And I start to be a pariah again with my very smart, intelligent colleagues. Oh, allow me something. I prepared a presentation, but I decided by now I want to gonna show you. You guys don't need to see presentation. And then I start to my quest to find God and what it is. But I always have a scientific mind. So for me, this thing, oh God, doesn't serve. I have to have some proofs. And I was in this quest. And it's amazing. Anytime I go see one church, I went to study with the Messianic, I saw them with my friends. And the Messianic church, they have this thing, you have to work for the church to prove that you are appreciative. So my friends, they were choose to clean the bathroom. I said, oh, how fun, I want to go clean the bathroom. They said, no, no, you're not going to clean the bathroom. You're going here work on, on the computer or something. And I said, oh, heck, I don't want that. And then they have this kind of thing to apply a jorei with energy healing. You have to be there like 2 years to be, but they said, wow, we have a class in 2 months and we want to prepare you to be in that class. I said, okay, let's go. And I went. In 2 months, I was giving jorei. What people have to wait like 2 to 3 years. And I was saying, why that? Why that happens with me? And I was always looking for this God, for this. And I studied psychology, I graduated, and then I came to live to US. Originally, I'm from Brazil, very spiritual country, very religious country too. And then one day I was studying with this group. I was doing another bachelor degree in early education. One day my teacher wrote a note to me and said, stay after class, I want to talk to you. I said, oh. When the teacher told you, the professor tell you, I want to talk to you, you think, what I did. And then she said, well, I participate in this group and I would like to invite you because you have the profile to be. And which what? It was witchcraft, not Wicca, the real witchcraft that they practice in Avalon. Wow, I went, it was beautiful. My partner was going with me, even though she wasn't invited. Nobody ever asked why she was there. And she wasn't interested in that. We are doing our meetings, our sabbats. And she was sitting there sleeping. It's okay. One day, from France, it will come the great high priestess of the witchcraft. We were so excited. We are all witches, of course, but she was the high priestess. And she was, everybody was paying respect to her, and was one of the most embarrassing things I live in my life. Because when I get close to her and said to her, oh, great high priestess, I wanna honor you. I swear to God. She got on her knees and said, no, my lady, you are the one. Everybody was looking to me like that. They want to kill me. Can you imagine? The lady came all the way from France to US. We are expecting her. And then I said, please, please, come. And I wanted the ground to open up for me to go in there. But that was so incredible. I'm being a hypnotherapist. I start saying, let's see what that comes from. And by the way, this time I was always already working with the Rosicrucian, which is an ancient mystical order who coming from all the way from ancient Egypt, from the pharaohs. And by this time I have a high grade in there with them. So I start to say, where did this high priest thing came about? Guess what? I did a past life regression, and I was Iset, one of the biggest high priestess on the ancient Egypt. I said, okay, let's embrace that. Okay, but it took me years until I really embraced the high priestess in me. I was studying this thing about religion, spirituality. What I came to talk with you today, I will bring it now. Let's go to the etymology of the word. Spirit. What is spirit? From Latin, aspirare. Breathe. So, what is the spirit? Oh, everybody brought the spirit here today. You are breathing. So you brought the spirit. That is the spirit. It's the breath. So, and religion. Let's go to the etymology. From Latin too, religare. But it gets another concept later with the born of the Catholic Church. Instead of religare, the word become bonding. The same thing that religion talk about, they kill on us. They talk about free will. Have you tried exert free will in any religion? You can't, because religions, they have dogmas, they have rules. If you choose to follow your free will, you can be there. You will be excommunicated, like Sandy said. So I'm not against religion. I think religion is so important for so many people that are not there yet. Where is there? There is the understanding that all of us, we are God having experience on earth. Being God is amazing. I was God until before I was born. We are all God before we were born. But it's boring. You know what I mean? Every time you want to go somewhere, you're there. You never got lost on Charles de Gaulle Airport because you're God. Okay? That is hell of boring. Because so God said, you know what? With my breath, I will split myself in billions, and I will experience Earth, this playground. Earth is a thematic park. It's a playground, the way I see that. So you don't pay a bunch of money to go, let's say, California Park that we have in front of Disneyland in California. They have the best rides. But I don't go on the roller coaster because I'm afraid. So I just go on that little boat that go very slow. Hell no. I pay for the full experience. I want the full experience. And so if you are in a religion, you have a lot of apps. You have a congregation, you have someone who think for you, you don't have to think. So it's good, you know, oh, okay. And you have rules to follow, but all the fun is gone. When you are a spiritual person, you are living the life on the fullest, going to the thematic park and having the whole bunch of experiences. And when I said that life is a subjective experience, even though we are the same, because we are the same God. You remember when they split itself, we are the same God. But we are the same God with free will. Some people decide to come to life and be safe and go only on those, you know, very nice rides. Not me. Hell no. I want all, because what's the point of being powerful if you can't exert your power, use your power? What's the point? No point, right? So if I am powerful, I want to use my power. And I remember like 15 years ago, we go to friends and I would say, I am powerful. Fafa got very annoyed with me. Don't say that. People look at you strange. They don't say that. So why? Because my power offends you. I don't care. You can go jump from the bridge because I am powerful. But like now, I don't even say I'm powerful. I don't have to. When I walk into a room, the people know I'm powerful. I hope, you know. But if you don't know, I'm telling you, I am powerful. Just in case you don't notice, right? I am. And you have, like a spiritual person, to walk in the world being the one you want to be. I can't be a high priest if I walk in the world being scared or being, you know, diminishing myself. I command life. That's what I do. I just command life. We are getting ready to come to France. The friend is saying, oh my God, French people are the worst. They are impolite. They don't. I said, well, I came here in 2006. Gosh, people get out of their way to take me places. And then I said, oh, let's see. So we came. People, guess what? We ask, where is this place? Oh, come on, I will take. Right, Fafa? They get out of their way to take us wherever we have to go. We have the best experience in Paris. because people took care of us. Because I command that. I said, okay, let's go there. Let's have a beautiful experience. And that's what we get. So when you say the ups and downs of having a religion, I said it's a very comfortable place to be having a religion. So you don't have to think, you have rules. And for some people, they using their free will to follow those rules. But if you want to be spiritual, and when I say spiritual, I say breathing, but breathing fully life, not just to fill it up your lungs, breathing the flavor of life. That is what I mean when I say religion. And if you talk to some people who go to churches and things, they think you're crazy, they think you're a bad person. But guess what? I don't care. I don't care what they think, because I know who I am and where I'm going to go. And if I am God, I'm bored to have everything, everything, everything happens. I never have a bump in my road. Believe me, it's bored. They have this research that in Sweden, everybody at age 27, they have everything. They have the highest education. They have their house, their car, a big bank account. And guess what? There is the highest rate of suicide on people under 35. Why? Can you imagine at 27 you don't have anything to conquer anymore? Your life is all here. And then you will be doing what until you get 80 years? You already did everything. So that is it. Life is you using your power, creating this beautiful life. If you're a religious person, don't feel offended by me. I have a great respect for people who are religious, because they are really dealing with the spiritual level they have the way they can. And I have friends, and I think that they really have to be in a religion, because it's the only way they can. They are not ready to accept personal power. They are not, because they think having personal power. If someone say, like I say, I am powerful, I am Isaac, the great high priestess, they say that is blasphemy. I would be burned on the 16th and 15th. For sure, I would be burned. I am burned now by some people with their words, with their attitudes. But guess what? I don't care, because I am God. And God is not afraid. God is love. And for sure, I know one thing. God is not a man. God is not old, and God is not white. How I know that? Because I have a source. One astronaut went up. When he came back, they said, wow, you went to space. Yes, I went to space. And then you saw God there. Yes, I saw God. Tell me, how is God? Well, she is black. Guess what? Science. 96% of the universe is made by dark matter and dark energy, which the scientists have no idea what it is. The only thing the scientists know is that, well, we never saw dark matter and dark energy. We never felt dark matter and dark energy, but we have to suppose it exists, because that is the only way planets, galaxies make sense. Wait a minute. Why they don't say that about God? Oh, God doesn't exist, right? That is it. For me, God is this field of energy where we are all, living in. We live inside God. We are a cell in God. So if you look a picture of a human brain, and a picture of our galaxy, the Milky Way. If you mix, you don't know which one is our brain and which one is the picture of the galaxy, because it is the same. So the universe is God's mind. We are in the universe, right? So we live inside God's mind. And like I said before, being religious has some ups and some downs. The ups is that you have a community, you have someone guiding you, so you don't have to find your own path. And you have this self-righteousness. I have a religion, my religion is good. You know, the one thing that doesn't go right for me is every person thinks their religion is good, is the best, and the other is bad. So, and if you think about it, religion killed more people than any other set in the world. More people die for religion than anything. And I don't accept a God who is life condoning with killing people, with hating people. So, oh, no, God hates sin. God hates gays. God hates. How can God hate if God is all love? And the same people say, God is all love, all kindness, but he hates. How can someone that is all love, all acceptance, hating or discriminating, or we are all equal, independent our nationality, skin color, sexual orientation? We are the same, and we are God. So if you are into a religion now, make the best being in your religion. And if you're not in a religion, if you are in a spirituality path, because way back, I think religion and spirituality, they walk hand by hand for some time. But, religion brings power to some people. And is the nature of power to corrupt people. So I think religions got corrupted in some moment, and then it is an obstacle to the spiritual path. That's one of the reasons I decide I don't want to have to do anything with any religion, not because I think they are bad, or just they are not for me. And being spiritual but not religious also have some ups and downs. And the ups is that you're free, and you can exercise your free will, and you can get the best of every tradition that you have in the world, even some traditions that aren't religious. Why not? But there's something still being a solitary path for some. Fortunately, not for us, because we found our community, but can be a solitary path for some, and uncertainty, because when you have a religion, you have the pastor or whatever saying go to this way and you're right. And when you're on your path, you don't have anybody saying go to this way. So you go this way, and if you want to change course, you do. So you are more free. But more and more people are define themselves as spiritual but not religious. The interesting thing is that every person that I meet that say, oh, I am spiritual but not religious, say, oh, that's a big movement. Really? I thought it was only me. I said, no, dear. The term was used for the first time in 1926 by the Rotary president. He said, we are spirituality institution, but we're not religious. So it's old, it's not something new. But more and more people are now getting in terms with this spiritual but not religious. And one does exclude the other. You can be, I have a very good friends that are leaders, religious leaders, pastors, and we have amazing conversation, and we have this big respect for each other. And they don't wince when I say that I am the high priestess, because it's something that I earn. It's not something that I said, oh, I will become high priestess. You remember that the school of mystery that I go for 46 years now, I went to levels and I became an oracle first. And then the last step, I become the high priestess. And if the Pope, the white old guy, can be the high priest, why me, a woman, a colored woman, can't be the high priestess? I am. And I swear to you, I work as hard as him to get where I am today. And I don't have, the minimum recognizing they have, but doesn't care. I don't care about that. I don't need this recognized, because I know who I am. I'm here. I'm God, and it's getting close to my end. And I just want to say how amazing it was having the pleasure to talk to you and see your faces when I'm talking. And I see some faces, relating to that. Is amazing. It's beautiful to have this kind of community. And I hope that we stay in each other's life from nowadays. That gives us strength. That, remember, we are all God. If you are breathing, you are God. Okay? And when you stop breathing, it's because then you become the God who doesn't have a nice life. You become a God who is bored to death, but thank you. We will reincarnate again. God will breathe you out again, and you will have this beautiful life for eternity. Thank you.